A senior lady got entered into a talent competition as a prank. Yet, her act received a standing ovation from the crowd. TV executives picked Beatrice for America's spotlight, expecting a funny bit. But they had no idea what was coming next. The 68-year-old in her floral gown looked totally mismatched on the huge platform. The whole room geared up to chuckle, until she began singing and altered everything for good. Beatrice Caldwell slipped on her reading specs, peering at the daily paper's crossword. Gentle morning rays poured in via lace drapes that had graced her windows for more than 3 decades. Her simple flat in Millfield, Ohio, wasn't fancy, but it felt like home. 7 letters, a music word meaning super loud, she whispered to herself. Forissimo. Her pen glided confidently across the page. At 68, Beatrice had grown comfortable with retirement's steady routine, coffee and puzzles to start the day, volunteering at the community library in the afternoons, church choir on Thursdays, where she handled alto parts, always fading into the background, never drawing attention. The phone's sharp buzz broke her daily flow. "Hello," Beatrice replied, brushing a lock of silver, blonde hair behind her ear. "Mrs. Caldwell, it's Martha from choir. Catch the news. Auditions for America's Spotlight are at the Convention Center next Tuesday." Beatrice laughed lightly. "Martha, you realize those shows aren't meant for folks like us." "Baloney. Your voice is the loveliest I've ever encountered." Pastor Williams agrees. "I haven't done a solo in, goodness, I can't recall." Her fingers drifted instinctively to the tiny music box on her end table, the sole keepsake of forgotten aspirations. Once off the line, Beatrice stepped to her bathroom mirror, examining the face gazing back. Wrinkles framing her eyes spoke of happiness and hardship alike. Her beloved flower dress draped a touch baggier than before. She hummed quietly, then let her sound build, flooding the tiny space with deep, cozy richness. For an instant, she forgot being a lone widow in a 2-bedroom place. She felt youthful once more, brimming with promise, on her high school auditorium stage, right before life shifted, before Professor Winters crushed her spirit with his harsh critique. Technically solid, Miss Jenkins, but completely unmemorable. You miss the fire that divides hobbyists from true creators. 5 decades on, his comment still hurt deeply. Beatrice shut her eyes as the tune dissolved. She'd embraced her subdued existence, raising her girl alone after her husband's early death, serving as an elementary school admin till pension time. Music turned personal and holy, limited to shower solos and rear choir seats. Unbeknownst to her, just 3 miles off, Martha was at that exact instant posting a video to the America's Spotlight site, a secret recording of Beatrice's solo from last Easter when the main soprano got sick. Her world was on the verge of flipping, ready or not. 3 days on, Beatrice's phone buzzed once more. Now, the screen showed an unknown number. "Hello, Mrs. Caldwell. Ryan Matthews from America's Spotlight here. We're phoning because your audition clip came in." Beatrice's pulse jumped. "Sorry." "What? That can't be right. I never sent a video." Ryan laughed. "Someone absolutely did, though. A stunning take on Amazing Grace from what seems like a worship service." "That was you, correct?" Her thoughts spun fast, pinning it on Martha's kind-hearted interference. "Yes, but I didn't submit it." "Mrs. Caldwell, we'd love you to join next week's episode. Your singing carries a special vibe that could create an unforgettable TV instant." Over in the production hub downtown, Ryan muffled the receiver and winked at his coworker. They craved their regular feel, good exit, the kind where fans adore the entrance spirit but boot them for weak skills. Older folks equaled viewer magnets. Audiences devoured such bits. "I could never," Beatrice stuttered. "Solo work's been decades away from me." Exactly why it's ideal. Folks adore tales of revival. Picture it, motivating elders nationwide. Beatrice wavered. "I'm unsure. We'll handle rides, lodging, the works. 1 tune only, Mrs. Caldwell. Deal." After the call, Beatrice roamed her living room, buzzing with excitement and fear by turns. She rang her daughter in Cincinnati. "Mom, that's incredible," Karen burst out. "You must go for it." "At my age, I'll seem silly." "You'll seem courageous," Karen shot back. "Recall your advice to me. Life grows or shrinks based on your bravery." Beatrice grinned, hearing her phrase echoed. "That's an as-nin, sweetie. True nonetheless, Mom. When Dad passed, you paused it all for me. Your goals, your world, everything. Perhaps this is fate handing you another shot." That night, Martha showed up at Beatrix with blooms and regrets. "I should have gotten your okay first," she confessed. "But I've caught you singing when you thought no one heard." "The planet needs that sound." Beatrice shook her head. "I phoned them already. I'm in." Martha yelped, hugging her pal close. "You'll shine." Neither knew that in the America's Spotlight office, Beatrix folder bore a tiny red mark SE, sympathetic elimination. Her outcome was set before she uttered a note. The enormous studio lot rose like a castle ahead of Beatrice. She gripped her handbag firm as the crew guide ushered her through twisting halls. "First TV gig?" the assistant queried, eyes on her tablet. "Does it show?" Beatrice tried smiling. "Relax, most entrants feel jittery. Makeup and hair next, then voice prep, then camera spots." The cosmetics area hummed with bustle. Flawless, skinned youths getting tweaks. Buff dancers limbering in spots. A teen girl running guitar licks. Beatrice sensed her mismatch in her plain blue frock with floral stitching, the same from her granddaughter's baptism last spring. Beatrice Caldwell, a stylist neared, scanning her features coolly. "Let's fix you up." 90 minutes later, Beatrice hardly knew the mirror's woman. Her silver, blonde locks waved softly, lips glossed youthful pink, eyes highlighted gently. "Hope it's not overdone," she said shyly. The stylist beamed warmly. "You look stunning, dear. Fitting your years, but show ready." In practice area, entrance warm beneath Ryan Matthews' sharp gaze. The producer who'd rung her. He scanned shrewdly, pausing for tips or cues. At Beatrice, his grin stopped short of his gaze. "Mrs. Caldwell, our star senior, feeling okay?" A tad swamped, truthfully. "Normal stuff." He tapped her arm. "Just enjoy yourself. Viewers adore realness." As Ryan left, Beatrice caught his murmur to a colleague. "Ideal for the pity slot. The granny we all wish for." Her spirit dropped. Was that her role? A symbolic older act. In the break zone, Beatrice ate solo till a purple-haired, pierced young lady plopped nearby. "I'm Zoe." "The choir gal?" "Yeah." Beatrice nodded warily. "Don't buy Ryan's act," Zoe whispered. "I stage crewed here once. They always pick one elder for chuckles or sobs. Boost the numbers." The truth bit, but Beatrice held poise. "Got it. What's your piece?" "At Last by Etta James." Zoe's brows flew high. "Gutsy pick. Tough one." "My late husband's top tune." Beatrice smiled tenderly. "He'd claim I outdid Etta." "Well," Zoe said, grabbing her plate, "show in there wrong, choir lady." Dusk settled outside, but inside, last run, throughs pressed on under glaring beams. Beatrix perched in her prep room, eyeing her score sheets. Mere hours till airtime. A rap came, then Karen entered. Her girl, who'd driven 3 hours for backup. "Mom, you look fabulous." Karen hugged her hard. "I feel fake," Beatrice admitted. "The rest are so gifted, so fresh-faced." Karen clasped her mom's palms. "What's truly eating you?" Beatrix's gaze drifted. Professor Winter's words echo in my mind. Half a century passed, yet this place revives it all. Your college prof who said quit. Beatrice dipped her head. Final recital. I'd rehearsed endlessly. Then he summoned me and declared I'd never cut it. Some aren't spotlight material. Karen shook her head. And you took it to heart. I was 20. What did I understand? Beatrix's tone quivered. Next week, I ditched music for teaching. Mom. Karen paused, then fetched her cell. Gotta show you this. She cued the video. Martha's church submission. Beatrice viewed her unaware self performing. See the crowd's faces, Karen pressed. The lens swept misty-eyed worshippers, faces alive with feeling. That's your voice's power, Mom. Not just adequate, life-changing. Beatrix's eyes welled. Unsure I can pull it off. You don't have to. We can leave now. Karen gripped her hand. But you'd kid yourself later. A crew member knocked. Mrs. Caldwell, 15 to positions. Post, Karen, Beatrice shut her eyes, recollections flooding. Her spouse's awe at her debut song. Toddler Karen dozing to her cradle songs. Choir folks praising how her backups lifted tough spots. Professor Winter's echo persisted, but now allies chimed in Martha's boost, Zoe's dare, Karen's faith. Beatrice blinked open, chin up. 50 years skulking in shadows and showers. Even as their gag, even an epic flop, she'd crash her way. She refreshed her lipstick, smoothed her flower dress, and hit the corridor. Come what may, she'd voice her core truth. America's spotlights set aim to daunt. Dazzling beams, 200 live watchers, 3 celeb critics famed for tough truth, lenses grabbing every view. Offstage, acts clustered like warriors pre-fight. Your eighth, a stage boss told Beatrice. Post, teen rockers, pre-opera star. She nodded, mouth parched. First act, a youthful tumbler, dashed out to big cheers. Ryan Matthews saddled up to Beatrice, all glossy smiles and smooth pep. Remember, Mrs. Caldwell, stay true. America craves real. Same line as before, but now Beatrice spotted its emptiness. Acts melted by as Beatrice's turn neared. Rock kids rapped to roaring claps, vibe crackling. Quiet dropped as stage cleared. Next, boomed the MC, an Ohio grandma showing dreams have no expiration. Greet Beatrice Caldwell. Crowd clapped neatly as Beatrice reached stage heart. Mick stand loomed distant. Lights seared, turning viewers to shadowy blobs. She felt their mass verdict, her dated floral, stitched gown, age, freckled hands, silver, blonde mane. A cam whirred near for close up. Good evening, Beatrice murmured, voice faint. The mic grabbed it, booming her jitters. A viewer snickered, another hacked loud. Mrs. Caldwell, lead judge, a ex-boy bander, said, share your story. I'm Beatrice Caldwell, 68, from Millfield, Ohio. What drew you here tonight? She halted, eyeing the canned reply producers fed her. About lifelong wishes and elder inspo. Instead, my pal Martha taped my church song and sent it secretly. True chuckles swept the room, not jeers, but fond nods to her candor. Well, let's spot what Martha spotted. The judge grinned patronizingly. Your song, At Last by Etta James. Judges swapped looks, a brutal track that stumped younger rivals. Strings swelled iconic at start. Beatrice shut eyes, melody enveloping. Palms shook on mic stand. Eyes open, she ignored crowd and panel. She saw Richard, her departed love, their wedding dance to it. At last, her tone started soft. In booth, Ryan leaned in. Prep reaction cams, he told director. This'll deliver. But surprise struck. Beatrice's sound bloomed on line 2, lush with feeling, packed with years' weight per tone. No flawless tech here. Just aged life's grit no coach imparts. Slight huss for true edge. My lonely days are over. Laugh, ready crowd hush total. Life is like a song. Wings sighed, Karen hand, muffled sobs, tears flowing. On stage, Beatrice evolved live straighter stance, free hands waving vivid, face aglow nearing peak. Her pitch climbed, channeling a survivor of love, loss, gales. Now tougher. You are mine at last. Last note floated flawless, ethereal, untouched by years. 3 endless beats of quiet ruled. Then burst crowd exploded. It sparked from front row lady, mid-age, jumping up, palms flying high. Ovation rippled wave, like row to row, till all 200 stood. Beatrice froze, blinking glare. Real, roars built, wild with hoots and yells. Bravo! One hollered. Balcony guy whistle, pierced approval. Booth crew gaped at screens, stunned. Seeing this, Ryan rasped, ashen. Mockery slot blew up huge. Lead judge, /king, stood clapping fierce. Lady judge wept open, makeup streaking. Vet producer just marveled, head shaking. Mrs. Caldwell, lead judge said as cheers eased, speechless. Pure magic. Lady judge wiped eyes. You embodied that tune. Felt every bit, every line. Music's true aim. Third judge bent close. Hundreds of versions heard. Yours tops elite, including Ida herself. Youth's polished bows to your soul depth. Wings. Karen wept free Martha, on guest pass, clutched crew arm. That's her! I knew! Purple Zoe gaped by drape. Holy shit, she breathed. On stage, Beatrice spoke anew. Thank you, she said gently to Mike. So very much. No, Mrs. Caldwell, lead judge countered. Thanks for showing this show's heart-raw gift, no matter looks or years. Host sneered, tissue in hand. She hadn't noticed her tears. Safe bet, host declared. Beatrice Caldwell advances. Crowd roar sealed it. Escorted off, legs wobbly, she crossed Ryan. Eyes locked brief, his blank, but a nod maybe regard. There, Professor Winters hushed at last. Next on, Beatrix's turn went viral. Snips hit news, social feeds buzzed acclaim, phone rang nonstop. Mom, 3 million views already, Karen gushed. Phone? Scrolling at hotel breakfast. They're dubbing you Experience Voice and America's Nana. Beatrice spread butter calm. Yesterday's dread felt alien now. Rather a lot to take in. Door knock brought grinning Ryan, flowers in arms. Chagrin veiled his thrill. Caldwell, my apologies due, and gratitude. Last night's numbers topped the season. She took blooms gracefully. None needed, Mr. Matthews. Being undervalued's a boon. Surprise factor. Ryan fidgeted. 3 labels called today. Want chats on prospects. Beatrix's eyes grew. My age, as judges noted, your tone's one of a kind. Life's echo that clicks with all. Keen to pursue. Later second show, Beatrice hummed glad. Phone pinged unknown text Professor James Winters. 92, Florida retiree. Caught last night. Wrong about you back then. Deeply, inexcusably. You shone always. Sorry. Beatrice reread, then soft smile. After 50 years, scar mended. Mirror showed clear, not mere floral-clad elder, but artist whose hour arrived. Better late than never. If Beatrix's tale warmed you, no gifts don't fade with time. They often deepen. In a society swift to sideline seniors, we lose their insight, stories, grace. What buried skills lurk in your world? Drop in comments where you view from. Subscribe for tales urging past surface looks. Since epic shines hit unexpected.